I don't know whether you can see that, but the numbers on the generator are flicking around like crazy because I'm running this on a feathering, which means that the chosen frequency is being varied bit by bit. There's a cute little doll for you to have a look at. There we go, that's the Spooky2 logo turned into a cute little ghosty doll, which I think is really rather awesome. Okay, now I had someone requesting that I should do some videos about my experiences with using Spooky2, the remotes and the rest of that, and the contact mode and the plasma, but I don't feel like doing that, primarily because it's all to do with me going through my own healing process. And some of the results I've had from it have been very overt, and rather biological and a bit disgusting to talk about, okay? And so I'm just not really going to do that. But needless to say, this is like stuff that I'm using, and I find it pretty amazing and interesting and beneficial, and I've really had to challenge myself in terms of my opinions and therefore my beliefs about health and healing in the body and what was wrong with me medically and the things I needed to do to try and sort myself out, and of course this particular technology. When Spooky first came out, I did see videos about that like a certain number of years ago. They've been going now for 6 years, a little over 6 years, as you can see by their 6-year anniversary doll. Okay, and I first heard about it, let's say 3, 4, I know 5 years ago, and I thought like, that's crazy, these little remote things. That they looked different in those days. They weren't this like clamshell groovy black design. They looked different, and I thought the very idea of it actually like working. You put your fingernail clipping inside your piece of masking tape, which I've got a few samples here, and shove them in that, and then you run frequencies from your computer into it, and then that does some healing effects on you or kills some pathogens inside your body. Load of rubbish. However, I've been using this stuff now for definitely over a year, about a year and a quarter, or yeah, about a year. I can't remember. It must have been about a year and a quarter, roughly speaking. And I've had experiences which have basically proven it to myself sufficiently for me to think, yeah, this is doing something. Okay, no, the remote stuff isn't as powerful as contacts, electrodes, or the plasma device, but it's definitely doing something. And that gives me enough justification to carry on using it. Now, when it comes to over here, we got the 3-dial radionic device. This is a different school of thought entirely, though. This is more your spiritual healing. It's more odd. It's more peculiar. It's more the kind of stuff which turns me on and gets me interested in life. Okay, I like that stuff, and I like this thing as well. And with the passage of time, I'll expand all this system as well. Now, but as I say, that's a different thing. Just because it's compatible with the Spooky2 system doesn't mean to say that this is a right frequency device. This is not. This is a spiritual healing device. Okay, using energy consciousness delivered over time and space to the subject, being of course myself, because this is all part of my own personal healing journey in various different ways. Okay, and tuning the little dials to try and tune into my right frequency, using the stick pad there, little homeopathic potentizer there with a remedy which I have made with saclac pills, which I want to stop doing because the sugar pills contain sugar, and therefore that's setting off my candida, so I've got to stop using that and going back to little vials of water, and so I'll have to do distilled water and structure it and then create my own energy-based homeopathic style remedy, electronic homeopathy, and also possibly even doing frequency imprinting into the water. Therefore I can take it and then take frequencies, and there's been amazing reports people have had about taking frequencies from one of these things and delivering it to water on the extension plates or the homeopathic potentizer and so on and so forth. It's proper world of the weird stuff. Okay, this is, even for someone like me who's done weird things, okay, it's still weird, but I like it. I like weird things. Now, what I got here. Now, a while ago I did a video about the Sangiovini cards, so what I've decided is you can just print out an individual page, then cut out the ones you need. I'm not showing you the ones which are underneath the whole body one, because that's to do with what I'm dealing with, that's personal, that's private, okay, but I'm showing you that you can just print out an individual sheet. Forgive my little handshake there, my hands are a bit shaky, too much nicotine and caffeine today, I'm sure. And so it goes in there, that'll be the in plate, because of the way I've got it connected up. goes through the device here, tuned to the right like vibrational energy or whatever the heck it is, and then the output plate, my own thing on it, my own DNA sample, and a crystal. And today is the day when I am changing up my DNA, my fingernail clippings wrapped in masking tape, in all the remotes and also on this device as well, and see what happens. Now, when it comes to this this device, okay, different school of thought, different type of experiences, mainly from my point of view, like energetic experiences. I haven't yet had a major, massive physical healing, but I did do one thing of using the pegboard with number codes that was designed for a bad knee, and I had a bad knee, and basically it kind of like sorted itself out bit by bit. Now, you can say it's to do with this, that, and the other, and maybe it is to do with, like, you know, it's sorting itself out by itself. But I'm kind of like, part of me is kind of like waiting for the next big injury to come so I can like put it to the test. But I don't want to will that to happen. I don't want to will me to have another injury, and don't you people out there ever will me to have an injury, because I won't like you in the morning if you do. Okay, understood? All right. So, I'm a person with physical health problems. I'm trying to improve them. History of chronic fatigue, candida, and a few other stuff. I mean, it's not good, but it does mean that I have had to learn things. I've had to like have my eyes opened on it, and I would never, ever, ever have had my eyes opened about like physical health in this way, and the way in which like strange scalar devices can send frequencies to my body, which I think is like pretty magical and over the top and weird and wonderful. So I'm just like kind of like checking in. You can see the numbers are going crazy on the generator there, just feathering through a few frequencies. It's awesome, and that one's going too. And so each generator is sending different stuff. I'm keeping this one here just like my radionics work, and I'm going to do a work of radionics on myself this evening. Radionics, aka magic, aka spiritual healing, aka sending of intention or message or energy over a distance, in this case back to myself, because I'm the one who needs to receive it. And just see what the hell happens. Well, I'm coming up to bedtime anyway, so this is the ideal time for me to just like chill out, get more meditative, and focus on things that really, really matter, like looking after myself. Okay, so this is Nick again, being weird with weird stuff and talking about Spooky2. Literally, I mean, I really think that more people should be using Spooky's technology. Their basic kits are not cheap, okay, but they are comparatively affordable. And if you just like borrow on credit and then give yourself a repayment plan of like 3 months or 6 months to pay that off, then that'll give you the ability to get tools from Spooky2. Okay, which is basically what I did, and with the passage of time, as the months and years pass by, you can expand what you've got and then get more stuff. Which is why it's taken me like, as long as it's taken me for me to get all my stuff together, because I wasn't rich enough to buy us all in one go. I'd have you bit by bit by bit borrowing and hoping I can actually earn the money to be able to pay back my borrowing, which I managed to do. So here we go. Now, when it comes to my bit of radionics tonight, I'm going to stick with the same Sangiovini symbols, stick with the same stone, which is also loaded with the right message as far as healing the particular problem. I'm not using the pegboard at the moment, just get myself tuned in with this, okay, with this thing here, with the 3 dials, have my output there, the witness sample there, and that's going via a cable to the stick pad there. Very smooth service on this stick pad they've done, brilliant job there. So I'm going to like make sure I douse my rates properly, and we'll get that information sent to me so that I can then hopefully get better. I'm probably going to add like the rose quartz as well on the input. So I'm adding like universal love and healing, as well as the medical stone and the Sangiovini symbols, which send energy to my body. Okay, that's the idea. Because like this is my intention, this is my sigil, this is my thing, this is the message I'm trying to give myself, and then everything will, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and that's all we can say. So wish me luck. I'm going in, and I'll speak to you again soon with more words from the wisdom of the weirdness of me. Professional tarot reader, kind of like semi-strange person. Speak to you very soon.